Keep working real hard. Keep pushing that cord. Shift work, shift work, shift work, shift work. No future, no hope at the end. Shift work, shift work, shift work, shift work podcast. Shift work, shift work, shift work, shift work podcast.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shift Work Podcast, Episode 4. My name is Mason.
Yeah, I'm Garrett.
And I'm Trey.
We would like to apologize for the delay. If you're in Texas, I'm sure you fully understand.
Shit's been going on.
Yeah, hell kind of froze over. I don't like Star Wars, but you could say we were in Hoth.
You could say that.
Got a little
I
chilly.
wouldn't, but you could.
Yeah, it got a little chilly. I missed a lot of work. Trey missed a lot of work. Garrett missed a lot of work. And it is what it is, but we're back. Trey also moved. We helped Trey move as well, so there were just quite a few hiccups.
I got deathly ill for like 2 days.
Oh, yeah, Garrett got sick.
Did you get COVID?
It was not COVID. I got a COVID test. It was negative. Not COVID.
I guess that's good. I shouldn't have said damn. I've kind of like been just wanting to get it over with for a while.
And we're a COVID-free podcast here.
We are a COVID-free podcast.
It's true.
I don't think, yeah, none of us have had COVID.
We rapid test
Had COVID.
by expressing anal glands.
I wish that's how it went. But yeah, sorry for the delay. I'd like to say these kind of things won't happen in the future, but you know what? We're not, we're still ironing out the creases. I'm still at the fucking laundromat.
Still starching them overalls.
I don't even have washer and dryer in my place. We're still at the laundromat doing laundry, 6 to 8 loads per washer, doing it once a month. Wait until the end of it,
Not for long, though.
It's an awful analogy.
We're looking to get out of this place.
That is true.
Get a place with a washer and dryer.
Yeah.
It's just so much more convenient, man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's a little piece of me that likes going to the laundromat because it's kind of nice. Like, I'll make food or pick something up and eat in my car. I'll listen to music sitting in front of the machines and whatever. But the screaming children.
Yeah.
And
that particular laundromat is not a fun place to be.
Oh, yeah. And
it turns it into something you have to do instead of, a fun thing getting out of the house.
And I forget what day of the week it is at that laundromat. I think it's Mondays, but I went one time and employee came up to me and was like, hey, make sure you don't walk away from your clothes today. And I was like, well, I usually don't, but why? And she's like, oh, today's the day we allow homeless people to do laundry for free, and they like to try and snake shit to see if they can go pawn it. And I was like, oh, okay, that explains why there's 10 times as many people in here as there usually are. But it was still fine, and I mean the washers lock, so I'll even if I don't have food, I'll start a washer. I got 35 minutes. I'll go next door to HEB and get shit and come back. So it's not too bad, but it'll be nice to do laundry at home. But yeah, bottom line, sorry for the delay. I think we can, kind of keep this consistent moving forward with the way all our schedules work. Seems like everything's going to line up, and not too many of y'all listen, so I feel less bad about the amount of people we disappoint as I would if this was if we were actually making money. But that's not why we're here.
Not why we're here.
We're here because we're working shit jobs.
We're here because I annoyed y'all long enough to actually make this happen.
That is true. However, definitely a good reason to annoy us. You know what I mean? But
I've had worse.
I would like to talk to you all about how your work life was kind of affected by the freeze. I'll kind of just go first myself just to kind of kick it off. And so I saw on the weather app and everything that it was going to get all fucked up and cold. Everybody knew that, but wasn't super aware of the snow and how that was going to go. And the morning of the night that it froze, or the same day rather, I leave for work at 4:30 in the morning, delivering for an unnamed, rather popular business. And I was like, oh, it's cold, but, roads aren't going to be wet, whatever. However, I did not think about the dew. There's a little bit of mist in the sky. It was a cool, brisk 29 degrees, and I made it about 20 seconds down the road, and I drive a 4-wheel drive Subaru. Hit black ice, slid for, I don't know, it felt like 10, 20 seconds. Might have been shorter, might have been longer. Called my boss, went the fuck home. And then I was home for another 8 or 9 days straight. Missed a lot of work. Thankfully my managers and my bosses are great people. Shout out Eve, gave us a $300 bonus even though we couldn't work, but missed out on quite a bit of money. And I've had some rather unsavory things happen at work since then, but I guess I'll get to that later. I'll start with you, Trey. Trey, how were you kind of affected by the freeze? I know you work from home.
Let's go to Garrett since y'all live together. Talk about
True.
I guess what happened with your work? Obviously, you weren't out delivering it or anything. Did they just kind of call it quits for a while?
So before we get to Garrett, let me go back to Mason real quick. I have a question.
Yeah.
The reverse card.
What's black ice?
Um,
I've heard it, obviously, but being in Texas, I don't know what that shit is.
Okay, so let me explain. So I hit ice, and I called my mom, and she said, "Oh, that must be black ice." I don't know if it was.
Oh, God.
I don't know what black ice is.
Black ice is just ice on a road, and you can't really see that it's there.
Oh, because the road's black.
Because the road's black.
Boom. Okay, then yeah, I hit black ice.
Black ice. Yeah, so I mean, we basically had, it was the worst case scenario as far as this Arctic storm goes. And let me preface the rest of this podcast for all those Yanks out there from the north. First off, I don't know why anyone would settle in the north decades ago, because it's cold and that's not fun. And if you purposely stay there, I don't get you.
That's all you know.
Everyone, it's like clockwork. As soon as it gets cold in Texas, they're like, Texans can't handle ice. Texans can't handle snow. They can't drive.
Can't.
Newsflash. If you're from the north and you're here, you can't either, because there's no salt or sand on the roads. There's no snow plows like there are up there.
Yeah.
So it's the same situation everywhere. And tell you what, I was out multiple times with my 4x4 truck picking up some friends who didn't have water or power, and there's plenty of license plates from other states stuck or on the side of the road. So I'd like to preface that, because it's pretty annoying to hear every time it freezes.
Oh, yeah,
here.
absolutely.
But we had the worst case scenario weather-wise. We had, first off, a straight-up ice storm, which caused a lot of limbs to go down initially because all the water coagulated on the trees and then turned into ice like the first night, which gets super heavy and a lot of tree limbs break. There's ice everywhere. It was pretty if you were outside looking at the trees and whatnot. It was really cool to see. Then we had, and of course the roads were just straight up frozen over. Then we had a full day of just straight blizzard, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
We got at least
I got an insane video from our front porch.
A foot of snow in some places. 6 to 8 inches most everywhere, at least.
We got about a foot for sure.
And it was great powder. I have like a mountain breed dog, and so we took her out during the snow because she loves playing in it. And the powder is just straight up like ideal if you went to Colorado and snowboarded. That'd be like plush.
Wipe it till it bleeds.
Yeah, that lasted for like 2 or 3 days at most.
It lasted through the next day where there was nothing, and then the following day it snowed again a little bit. Except at that point, some of the ice had melted, so it kind of like crystallized. But yeah, it was there for all the way until Saturday, when it pretty much fully melted at that point, which is when I moved. But yeah, so the winter storm was crazy. Of course, everyone was overusing natural gas and heat, and the people who work those sources of power for the state couldn't even get to work, so they started shutting down power everywhere. and doing rolling blackouts so they could at least keep like hospitals and 911 response centers up and running. So if you're lucky, like
We got
myself
lucky.
and Mason and Garrett, we had power through it just because for whatever reason we're geographically located next to a hospital or something, and our little microgrid got to stay on. So that was a godsend. Like that was amazing. And then of course eventually almost everyone like lost water for a day to like 3 or 4 days. I lost water for a couple days. We moved and we didn't have running water into the new place, which was a bit annoying for a couple days, but eventually it all came back on. How did y'all fare, like preparedness wise?
We were good. We were good for a few days.
It was a fucking fluke.
Yeah, it was a fluke. We just randomly decided on the Saturday before, it was 2 days, I think, before it snowed and got real bad. We just decided to go to H-E-B and blow a bunch of money on food. We're like,
Yeah.
let's eat at home this week. Let's not go out and get a bunch of food, save some money.
Nothing to do with the storm?
Nothing to do with the storm. We got all kinds of shit, man. All kinds of shit. We got like tuna steaks. I got a couple rolls of sushi.
I got shit to make burgers.
Yep, burger
We got
stuff.
2 pounds of shrimp.
I got some spicy udon noodles.
Yeah, we got
Damn.
rice. We got 24 beers. We got 4 Locos.
We got some asparagus. I bought a bunch of those H-E-B pre-made like dinners.
Nice.
Yeah, we got an incredible amount of shit, which fared us rather well.
We dropped about $200 on food.
But about 2/3 into it, it was slim pickings. I was making weird shit. And it's mostly because the first few days,
Garrett
and I were,
we were living pretty fat.
we were smoking some shit.
Yeah.
And eating quite a bit. Because so I was like, a couple days off work. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's watch TV and get a little lit. And then day 4, day 5, I'm like, getting lit's not fun anymore, and we're running out of food, and I just want to go on a fucking walk without putting on 30 layers. So I got taught my lesson.
We ate some pretty questionable like salmon quesadillas.
Yeah,
They tasted
Salmon quesadilla.
Yeah. It was
we were out of everything.
It
I was trying to
prepared
improvise.
well.
You don't have
You
that
cooked
in
it
the
really
north.
well, but
But that combo's
the
not going to
taste
be
is
good.
not good.
But it's
weird.
I mean,
Shift work dump.
It turned out, it turned out pretty okay. I learned that even trying to conserve weed, I went through a lot of weed. About 7 days. Garrett's taken.
Did you have to ration it?
You could say that.
Yeah, you could say that. The 4 Loco night was lit.
Every 4 Loco nights.
That's very true. And our neighbors, Steph and Megan, shout out, great people. They brought us some groceries as well once we were like running a little bit low. But great to have people to hang out with, especially when people you're very close with. So all in all,
Pretty good.
like, don't get me wrong, the freeze sucked, but it could have
was
sucked
50-50.
1,000 times worse if we didn't have power.
Did y'all's heat work?
Oh yeah.
Heat works.
Worked well.
Yeah, so
we had gas for our stove, so we can cook
Oh, yeah.
regularly.
That's-
and even Lewis, who was on episode 3, Lewis lost power for, I think, like 4 or 5 days. His chameleon almost died. He was just like charging his phone in his car, and was huddled up under like every blanket he owns.
Couldn't leave the apartment complex.
Yeah, and he was
too iced over.
he told us he was like downloading a movie from the hotspot on his phone, on his laptop, and so he watched a couple movies, and he had like 60% left on his Oculus like VR headset, and he was playing games like 12% a day to try and ration it. And he said it was too cold to play the games anyway, like he just was laying in bed the whole time. And I felt so bad because Lou would like FaceTime me, and he'd be like freezing it, like you could see his breath in his apartment, And I'd be like, dude, I'd come get you if I could, but like I'd fucking wreck my car. And he's like, oh, I know, like it's all good. But
yeah,
ended up being all was well. You know, the freeze is done. We won't bore y'all any longer with the cold
well, I'm
talk.
talk about my time.
Oh yeah.
So, I for one overall loved it. Essentially, day one, what was it? Monday was the big ice storm. I think is when it hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
couldn't tell
And
you.
Sunday night.
yeah, Sunday night into Monday. Monday we had off because it was like President's Day, so my work like honored that random ass federal holiday, and so I didn't have work Monday. Tuesday morning logged on, and everyone already started to begin like rolling blackouts, you know, that weekend, and so everyone at work was like, and I was working from home. Everyone at work's like, hey, I'll work until like my laptop dies, but I don't have power.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, sounds good. Same here. Me too. And called it early, you know, that day. Isabel and I started watching the Harry Potter movies from 1 through 8.
Nice. That's a
So we
good
binged
idea.
it. Yeah, it was great. That worked out well. And that weekend, Saturday, I had gone to HEB because we knew the storm was coming. We knew like people were not going to be prepared or ready for it. And we knew everyone's going to freak out at HEB like there's a hurricane or there's, you know, a COVID shutdown coming.
Yeah.
So I went to HEB, dropped a couple bones, and just like got everything for like 2 weeks at least worth of food for us. Had ample food, almost couldn't even eat it. So that was good. And then, of course, I have all that deer meat in the freezer. We were just living off that.
Fuck yeah. It's
Yo,
so
can
good.
You please make some more of that venison sausage.
Oh, yeah, dude, the jalapeno
Please?
cheese deer sausage.
Oh, that was so
I have
good.
some in the freezer. Yeah, we'll make some. But freaking the freeze was like a badass time for us. I hate putting on all the layers when the cold. I hate the cold.
Ugh.
Like
I do
to
too.
just
Love
sit
the
there for
cold.
15 minutes and put clothes on.
15
To go
minutes.
outside and then I'm like walking my dog out there for a couple hours each day. So yeah, we were suited up. Again, I hate the cold.
Yeah,
So,
I want to dress like this every day.
Neck gaiter, socks, boots, leggings, and like thermal leggings, and then pants over it, and then like your base layer, and then your shirt, and then your jacket, and the bean. It's whatever. Anyway, so going out on walks, it's beautiful, loving it, having a great time. Like day 2 or 3, we ended up driving in my truck, which, you know, we're super cautious about, but on the inside, I was like a little giddy boy.
Real quick. DQA, dumb question, amnesty. What is a 4x4?
4-wheel drive.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
Well,
So-
when you're building a fence, I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah, 4x4 is also 4-inch by 4-inch post. But
Well, yeah.
It means
I
all
know
the
that.
when
all
you're
the
talking about
wheels turn.
drivetrains
Yeah.
and vehicles, the truck is naturally 2-wheel drive,
Mm-hmm.
and then you switch it into 4-wheel drive.
That's all it is? 4-wheel drive?
Yep.
I never knew
4x4.
that.
I mean, you'll see like the stickers on the back of my truck just says 4x4. It means all wheels
Yeah.
can turn.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get a dually, and technically it's like could be 6x6.
I mean,
You could do that.
yeah, but
It's really just
there's 2
4x4.
pairs of wheels that are spinning in tandem, so I don't,
Exactly.
it's not really 6x6. They'd have to be moving independently.
Now that's even separate. They're not spinning in tandem. Like right now, my 4x4 still has a variable axle on the back for traction control and shit because the truck's a smart computer. But if you're really stuck, mine and newer models offer what's called like tractor axle, where it locks that axle and both wheels spin together
Oh,
on the
that's
front
cool.
and the, or at least on the rear.
It's a 3-wheel drive.
3.5.
Anyhow, I was giddy like a schoolboy because this whole time I was sitting there like wanting to take my truck out and just drive around through the snow and the ice and shit. And so yeah, we drove like way
Schoolboy
west down William Cannon to go out almost kind of towards Bee Cave area and pick up a couple friends of ours, take them back. And it was cool just to be out there and see like other folks in 4x4 driving, and then other folks who did not make it, or cars are just like in a ditch or on the side of the road or stuck, whatever. And we came back. They are both like trained chefs, so they also brought food with them.
Damn.
And we were just eating
great people to pick up.
Exquisite dank meals. It was a great time.
What did they
Played
make?
board games. Huh?
What did they make?
Yeah, or at least
They
what
make
was your
for you.
favorite thing that they made?
No particular meal. Once was like, I think it was kind of like some al pastor and like rice and beans for breakfast, though, in addition to eggs and shit. And we had like these big ass burritos. That was good.
Okay.
But the best meal we had was one night I had some wild duck breast that I had in the freezer. And so we bacon wrapped that, and I had been like bleeding it out in the fridge. And I literally wheeled my fucking barbecue pit out onto the driveway in the snow, and was just sitting there drinking Lone Star.
You didn't take it in the
grilling
house to warm up?
No, grilling duck breast, and then also the sausage, the deer sausage and the jalapeno cheese. We made that, and
Were you
that was
pretty
really
stocked
good.
up on booze?
Yeah, well, I have like at least 30 bottles of different bourbons.
Yeah, it's true, but you can't drink bourbon.
I can. He
Okay,
is
I
also, my friend Nate, the chef, is also a bourbon connoisseur.
Oh, okay, so y'all
and
did-
he
oh,
brought
so-
bourbons over as well.
So you had a real good time throughout all
I
this.
had like
A buddy to hang out
a
with.
bunch of Lone Star that I was going through, but yeah, we were just like, I mean, it'd be like 2 p.m. and we're like, well, we don't have shit to do today. You want to start drinking bourbon? Yeah, me too. It only started sucking when we actually ran out of water. And I remember I woke up extremely hungover from a lot of whiskey, and I like turned the sink on and nothing came out, and I was just like, shit. That's when it kind of blew, because you couldn't shower and like wake up and refresh, and you couldn't just like slam a bunch of water immediately. And we were having to melt snow and boil water to drink it, but also like have water in reserve to flush toilets, because at that point I went down Lamar and picked up another friend, and so we had 5 people in the house,
Yeah.
plus the dog and 2 cats. They need water as well. So
See, what I would do was, instead of getting the water to flush, I just drink a lot, and then I'd just murder it with my piss.
it's pretty gross,
I'm
man.
just kidding. We had water the whole time.
We totally I implemented the rule. I don't think the ladies abided.
Yellow
but
met it.
If it's yellow, let it mellow. If it's brown, flush it down. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, I loved it, man. I secretly kind of live for moments where everyone else is suffering and I'm just doing just fine.
You should have
Just
signed
chilling.
up for Uber.
What?
Huh?
You should have signed up for Uber. You
Just
could just
drove
rescue people.
Motherfuckers around like gallons of
Oh,
water,
Imagine the money you
cans
could
of
make.
beans.
It was Garrett. Was it you that told me about someone that took an Uber?
Yeah. Took an Uber from downtown Austin
Yeah.
out to like the Westlake area.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she lived downtown.
Yeah, but they
had-
can't surcharge.
Had
though.
no power. The ride was like $150.
Are you serious?
It probably took a long
Supply and
time.
demand, that makes sense, but I
I
didn't
mean-
think you could surcharge stuff for
Yeah,
like
some
a
guy-
disaster.
Some guy had like
State.
a big souped up 3500.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
I should have. I mean, I had gas too. I made it sure Isabel topped off as well.
I just
Like we were
imagine
ready.
Trey making $1,000 a day just doing like 5 rides.
That's insane.
But it is what it is. I'm glad that is just a distant memory now, and I'm able to think of it that way because we were in very fortunate situations.
You know what the downfall is the next week when you weren't able to work last week, but the job is still rolling in the background. Like all my projects in California
Oh, yeah.
were still happening, or stuff was still going wrong, and it just. Fortunately, I had team members who like covered down and helped out, even though that like maybe wasn't in their lane. But yeah, come Monday and your inbox is literally glitching or freezing because it can't load the emails fast enough, and I had to just restart my computer twice.
Shit, bro.
And the whole week I was working till like 7 p.m. just trying to catch up.
that
stuff.
Monday, I was delivering a regular run I have to the dump. I'm not dumping anything. I'm just delivering some like equipment to this garage in the back. So But when I pull into the dump on that Monday after the freeze, the line was insane.
Oh, God.
Insane. Like at least a quarter mile.
So everybody had a
half
week
a
plus
mile.
worth of trash and shit that they couldn't dump. Yeah.
And so I tried to bypass the big line. You know, I'm not dumping anything. So I go make it most of the way.
He's cutting.
And then I drive on the side of the road because there's a vehicle exiting. And I get stuck in the fucking mud.
Oh, no. Are you serious?
I get stuck in the mud.
That's the worst.
In
Now
front of
everyone's looking at
everybody.
you. Oh,
Yep.
man.
I sat there for like 10 minutes trying to get myself out. And
Oh, gosh.
eventually a big tractor comes and, chains me up and pulls me out. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, he did.
Dude, that's awful.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Pretty embarrassing. Especially in front of like the dump type, those types of people.
Everybody's in a truck and they're just like, oh, everybody's 4x4 and they're just like, oh, look at that. Boy, shitty schligger getting stuck in the mud.
Me and my fucking black skinny jeans.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, Garrett.
It's whatever.
Well,
It happens.
All toxic masculinity aside, if you get a vehicle stuck in the mud, it's shameful. It's a shameful experience.
It feels bad.
The worst part is I was
It's happened to
following
me.
this big truck. This big truck was trying to do the same thing. His truck was bigger than my work van. And I stupidly was like, oh, he made it. I'll make it. I'm right behind him,
You fell for the classic blunder of getting outrigged.
I definitely got outrigged.
Yeah, but you didn't pay for the rig you were in, so it's all right.
Yep.
True.
Not my van, not my problem.
It's true.
Hey, Garrett and I both all-wheel drive boys now. He's got one too.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a new car. Unfortunately, I bought it 3 days before the big freeze, so I got to drive it almost nowhere.
No. We
But,
tried to go get food.
Yeah,
that
when it
one
did
time.
when it did freeze, I did take it out. We sat in line at a McDonald's that ended up being closed.
Yeah.
Even though there was a big line of people, no one knew it was closed. We drove to another McDonald's.
A Taco Bell.
We went to the Taco Bell right next to that.
Chick-fil-A.
Do we drive by Chick-fil-A?
We went by the one on Ben White.
Okay. Eventually we settle on a Burger King that we see that's open, and the line's obviously long. We sit in line
Out onto the feeder road.
Yeah, out onto the feeder road. Easily 30 cars deep.
Yeah.
But we're like, fuck it. We're running out of food.
What else do we have to do? We've been eating rice and black beans and veggies and like weird meat that's been in the freezer for 6 months for a couple days. So
And like we're just sitting at home, getting stoned, watching bullshit on TV. So like, what else are we gonna do? So we post up in line, and we're there for like 30, 45 minutes. We're about 5 cars to the order box, the speaker box, and then an employee comes out with a handwritten sign that says, "We're out of food." And
dude, I was
it was a bummer.
very high and very sad. And we went home, and that's when I made those salmon quesadillas.
God.
Because I knew that's what the meal was gonna be, so I was like, let's. And I remember I told Garrett, I was like, dude, let's get like 25 Whoppers. Just put them in the freezer because we don't know how. It ended up being like 1 or 2 more days. I don't. Yeah, 25 is an exaggeration. But it really fucked my work week up the next week because everybody was ordering things from while thinking that the trucks were just gonna run, and I can't go to work, and half the fucking state shut down and no one has power, but like they'll still be delivering packages, so people ordered shit like crazy. My workload was double what it usually was up until about really yesterday, and I've delivered a ton of ice scrapers, snow brushes.
That's
things that people You know, I don't. They might use next year. They might use
it again.
97 years from now. Who fucking knows? But work is kind of evening out for me, which is great. It's probably a good segue. I had a hell of a day yesterday. I would like to preface
it's a real nightmare.
A real nightmare.
I had a shitty day yesterday too, but yours is worse.
Oh yeah, actual shit involved.
Yeah, well, what happened, Mason?
So
Mason's always attracting various forms of human excrement. There's a pattern
constantly,
I'm seeing here.
even if it's my own. And so, so I would like to preface it with the day before I was off. I went out with Lewis. We walked around. We took some scooters. We drank some beers. Trey met up with us eventually. I had a couple cheap double vodkas. You know, one thing led to another. I ate an al pastor burrito the size of my arm. You know, you do what you do. I microwaved a Totino's party pizza before I went to bed and ate the whole thing. You know, I made
Didn't even cook it in the oven.
Didn't even cook it in the oven. I
God.
made some questionable decisions.
This burrito was as big as my fucking forearm.
Yeah, it was
The
massive.
girthy part.
I heard he showed you up when it came to ordering food that day.
I did.
Yeah, with my $10 bill.
Yeah, I fucking paid you for it. They were only taking cash. I didn't have cash.
I got 2 big ass al pastor tacos, which were subpar. Sorry about it.
Yeah, it was
Whatever your
decent
name
al
is,
pastor. I've had much
homie.
better.
They weren't that great.
But either way, but even though I know that this sounds like an awful night for your stomach, this is very normal for me. These kind of things do not affect me. But either way, so next day, I wake up to go to work at 4 a.m. And I made sure to get up a little early because I thought I might be a little hungover. Weirdly, felt pretty good. Really not too hungover. And so I was like, all right. And I was like, man, usually when I have a day like yesterday, you know, I got a bad shit in my back pocket, you know. And it's usually just quick and dirty. Boom, boom, done. But it calls its own shots. There's no, oh, I'll do it in 30 minutes. So I sit down on the toilet, you know, I can kind of feel it. I start to try, and then I'm like, you know what? I might not make it. I look at my watch. Probably not going to happen. So I was like, you know what? I feel pretty okay. I'm not too hungover. Maybe, you know, it's just like a phantom feeling, whatever. I go to work. All is well. You know, get to offsite, drive to warehouse, load in. Everything's good. Got a decent route for the day. Start delivering. And I thought about it a couple times. And I was like, you know, I feel pretty good. And eventually I was probably like a third of the way through my route. And when I deliver out in the country mostly, but if I'm on a road where I can pull over to the side, like in the grass, and it'll be level, or I'm at a cul-de-sac, I'll stop and, you know, eat like half a sandwich. I don't really like to eat my lunch all at once. I'll eat like half a sandwich, whatever. And then I'll just sit on the back of my truck and smoke a cigarette and keep going, only if I'm ahead. And I was super ahead, you know, like 20 stops. I was like, fuck it. And I take like 2 drags off a cigarette. My stomach started,
Oh,
you know,
boy.
kind of turns the engine on my stomach. And I go, oh, bad idea. I fucking throw it in the ground, put it out, move on with my route. So
The nicotine nudge.
So a couple hours later, I'm like, oh, this totally has left me. I was 100% sure there would be no churning done.
Little did he know.
Shout out CAFO Churn City. And I go sit on the back of my truck. I get about halfway through a cigarette. And, you know, a monster awoke inside of me. And I told myself, this is just gas. So I did what I always do, and I walked to the cargo part of the van, and I closed the
no.
door.
Oh no.
And, you know, I just fart and fart and fart and fart until it goes away, which I've done a million times.
Oh no.
And it got to a point where I was like, all right, one more, I can feel it. One more big fart, and it's going to go away.
It went away, didn't it?
You know, something started knocking at my back door, and I knew how it was going to go away. So I'm in the country. There's nowhere to go to the bathroom close by. I get on Google Maps. I type in gas station. Closest one is about 10, 12 minutes away. And I had to make a snap decision. I went and sat down in my seat. It did not feel good. So I grabbed a plastic bag from H-E-B. Oh, no. And I squatted and I took a shit in the plastic bag. It is not my proudest moment of my life. And I have to say, not as bad of an experience as I expected. Only took about 20 seconds. I had ample printer paper in the van to wipe with. I got everything cleaned up, even though it wasn't my most favorable situation. Well, I had one napkin from my lunch, and I'm not one to litter, but I'm not gonna lie, I tied that motherfucker off and threw it in the ditch.
You gotta use your sock.
I'm not gonna sacrifice my sock for that. So I
cut off some of your shirt.
So, I felt much better after. My biggest fear was that I cut this off too early, and then I got to do it again, and I don't have a bag. So
I had a bag.
I always bring my lunch in an H-E-B bag. So I timed it appropriately, and I went on with my day, and I was at my last delivery for the day, 1304. I remember the street.
What was the street?
I'm not gonna say
1304 what?
I'm not gonna say. But so
Shift work lane.
Poopy lane.
Super excited to go home. First day I finished early in a couple weeks. Drive all the way down. Not feeling poopy at all. Cleaned up very well. I had the napkin I wet. I cleaned up very well. Confident.
You wet it? You created a impromptu wet wipe?
Absolutely. And I was going commando that day, so I had to make sure.
It?
No, I had fucking water bottles.
Did you dip the napkin in the water?
Or did you pour the water on the napkin?
Pour the water on the napkin.
All
right. So I get to this last house. It's a long, windy dirt road. I've been there a couple times before. There's like 5 people that live there. You never know who the fuck to deliver to. So I was just delivered to the main trailer, not house. And this trailer looks like something out of goddamn Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So I pull up, all's well, grab my package, scan it, open the door. I see a big, beautiful Weimaraner walking towards me. I'm like, all right, is he going to fuck me up or is he going to be nice? So I whistle to him. He walks over.
You whistle to the dog?
I got to get a vibe,
You're
dude.
You're calling the dog to you.
Yeah, but I'm still in the van.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I whistle. He kind of trots over. And I'm looking at him. He's like sniffing me and like, kind of licking his chops. And I stick my hand out, like, the other part of my hand, like not quite a fist, but, And he starts licking my hand. I scratch his head. I'm like, oh, he's a good boy. No problem. So I hop out of the van. He's real friendly. Follows me all the way up to the door. And so this trailer had like an enclosed patio with like a mosquito screen and like maybe 5 stairs leading up to it. And when I'm probably 10, 15 feet from it, the Weimaraner dives into the porch, goes way to the back. And I'm like, all right. So I go up 2 of the stairs, and I guess I was in his territory, and he ran out with a fucking vengeance. And I saw him coming down the dock, or the porch, whatever, turn around. I start booking it, which is probably where I fucked up. I probably just should have let him run. I doubt the dog would have done anything. And right when he broke out of the opening, I booked it. So, I mean,
now he's just thinking he's trying to chase you.
I know.
He's got you right where he wants you.
Well, let me explain why I ran. A second dog that was fucking identical ran out with him, and it was a surprise. So I turn around, I run. He bites me in the ass. Spooked me quite a bit, and I don't know if you've ever been bit by an animal, but even if it's minuscule, you get this weird, like, kind of shaky, stimulating feeling. Tingly, yeah. Just from whatever pheromones. I don't know what the fuck rabies. It is. Yeah, it's the rabies.
It's the rabies.
So
you gotta get vaccinated.
Yeah, I do now. So
2 shots in the gut. That's the rabies.
No, it's not. I've gotten rabies shots.
Or you capture the head of the animal. Either the animal dies and it gets beheaded, or you get 2 big ass shots. Right?
I got him in the arms.
In the arms? I heard they did it in the fucking stomach.
I had to get 3 or 4 different rounds of shots
Oh man,
for rabies. Yeah, I missed my last one
I
because
hate the
I knew it
multi-round
wasn't
shots.
rabies. I got bit by an animal that will remain nameless, and
Its name was
I
Renee?
lied and said it was a stray cat, and because it was an unknown cat, they had to give me rabies shots just in case. I went to the ER because my hand swelled up like double its size. It was pretty gnarly.
Cats have the most like infectious bites.
Yeah, it was really bad.
They're not clean.
It was really, really bad.
Felines.
Missed out on the hospital bills, though, at least most of them. I guess because I don't have insurance. Yeah, they took pity on me and just closed the account. It's pretty chill.
So dog
Sorry,
bite.
go ahead.
It's
Do you
all
have a
good.
mark on your ass? Did you look
I'm getting to that right now. So I hop in the van
with your poopy pants still?
with my poopy pants.
God.
I hop in the van. I close the
Does
door.
that truck just smell like shit?
That's what I figured. I
Don't
feel
sniff your
so
delivered packages, folks.
I feel so
God.
bad for whoever's in there the next day. But either way, I close the door from like the cabin to the actual van part.
The caca cabin.
And I have my front camera on and I'm trying to take a picture of my fat ass. Now, fat in the good way, I found out, because I never looked at my ass.
You got that
And
cake?
it turns out,
Oh my God.
Garrett
Thick
can
rump.
vouch for me.
Turns out Mason has a donk.
I had no idea. I looked like I was taking, dude, the angle.
Thick?
The
2 C's.
the 2 C's.
Have you seen the picture?
No.
Oh my
Please
God,
I
show
haven't
him.
seen Mason's ass.
Please
Trey,
show
I'll
him.
show
Can
you.
we get it on the podcast
I'll
when
sh-
you go and edit it on YouTube?
I'll put it up
A
there.
slight blur where the poopy butthole
Now you
crack
can
was.
see my balls in one of them, but I look like I'm taking pictures for my fucking OnlyFans. All right,
There's a
here's
camera
Here's
in
the
the-
worst one,
Oh, you got some cake.
and then here's the most comical one because I look like I'm selling pictures of my pussy.
Oh my God.
We can put.
If
this
you
one
weren't
on
so
there,
hairy,
probably.
if you
No,
weren't so
the-
hairy, we could maybe sell that.
The hair was shocking.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Mason.
if you can see, it barely got me,
He nicked you.
but it bruised a little bit after that. But
Mason's got a fucking donk.
so
I got that Hank Hill butt.
So I take these pictures, and actually no, I take it back. So I'm feeling around, and just my ass is out of my pants, and I'm like, oh shit, I should get my phone from up there, and then I can take a picture. And I open the door, and like my dick and everything's covered, but my ass is out. And the old man whose dogs it is staring at me through the window. I didn't even know he was there.
Face down, ass up.
And so I slammed the door, put my pants back on. Guys freaked out,
Did he
thinking
s-
I'm gonna like
did he see your
fucking
penis?
sue him. No, he did not. Damn. And I was like, dude, you got nothing to worry about. Like, just so you know, I don't have insurance. I'm just happy this dog didn't fuck me up. And then he told me I was delivering the package to the wrong place, and was like, oh, I'll walk you to where it's supposed to get delivered. And I go,
Oh.
and so I go, all right. And so he walks me down there, and he's holding the package. And he gets to their fence, and I'm like, hey, where's the gate? Like, how do we get around the fence? And he threw it over like a fucking football. And I was like, well, I just got bit by this dog, so I'm not even going to trip about this
Did you
one.
take a picture of the package?
No, I had already submitted the delivery after
shit.
the dog bit me. Because
Now
I
we're
was
just
like,
gonna get a free one.
I don't give a fuck.
Now you have to go back and see the dog again.
No, dude, if I get that place again, I'm leaving it at the end of his fucking 2-mile long driveway. I don't give
Yeah.
a fuck.
I
I'll
feel
call. I flagged his house as like a dangerous delivery house or whatever the fuck.
Good. Oh, you can
So-
do that?
Yeah, when you were telling me the story, you were saying you were telling him, yeah, you're lucky. I'm a cool guy, man. You know, you might not be so lucky with other people.
Yeah, that's what I told him. That's how it is. Dude, I work with so many uptight people. I know so many uptight fucking, 40-year-old, like, I don't want to get into it. They would fucking totally sue this guy, totally report him, totally call the cops. And I'm just happy the thing didn't truly bite my ass, because ultimately I'd have to pick up the bill. And I know the guy's on hard times by looking at the fucking property.
You said he had holes in his trailer, right?
Yes, dude. Like, I could see into
man.
his fucking living room. I'm not going to call the cops on this guy.
Can't have a holy trailer.
You did the right thing.
Yeah, so that...
Right thing,
ultimately,
TBD, until he starts foaming at the mouth.
That's a few days ago, right?
it's
The nice
yesterday.
thing,
Oh, it was yesterday?
for sure.
Let's see your ass. How's it looking?
Mason did the nice thing.
I'll show you my ass.
Come on, man. You trying to get
Let's
the
take a
viewings
look.
up?
It's not swollen, is it?
No, I don't know. It probably doesn't even look like anything now.
You looking a little extra thick.
Probably Trey.
What?
Trey.
I'm not doing shit. Let's see it. Let's see the cake.
Put your phone down.
All right,
Give me
all
your
right.
phone.
That's away.
Give me your
It's
phone.
away.
I'll make sure he doesn't.
Come
do
on.
Dude, he's gonna do it. He's already moving. Give me your phone. I don't trust you, motherfucker.
All right,
Come
let's
on.
see it. Come on, we're filming here.
No, what? What? All he did was
Come on, the
all he did
podcast
was
is on the
open
clock.
Instagram. No. Trey, give me,
All right,
your,
all right,
give me your
all
goddamn
right.
phone.
All right, look.
Give me your phone.
see
I'm
it.
not gonna show you.
It's
Dog.
away.
Give me your phone.
It's away. Here, Garrett can
Be
have my
nice.
phone. Garrett can have my phone.
You see it?
God.
Did you see the bite?
No.
Yeah, there's a
Put it
bite
away.
there.
Get it away.
Touch
Get
it.
your, Get your poopy butt away.
It's not poopy at
It's a
all.
poopy butthole.
There you go. Yeah, you're looking all right. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, at least I got a good story out of it. Actually, doing this podcast kind of made that whole thing better, because usually I would have been pissed about how my day went between the diarrhea and the dog bite, but I was like, oh, I have great content for the podcast, so it is what it is. I'm just happy to be back. I love doing this show with y'all. I'm sure you guys, kind of feel likewise, and I'm just glad we can do this every week now. Granted, hell doesn't fucking freeze over again.
Not for another.
Till next year.
Not for another 120 years, they say.
It was the coldest it's ever been in like over 30 years here in Austin.
Oh yeah,
It got
and
down to 0 or
The,
-1 in some parts.
Oh yeah.
the year that I moved here, or the first winter I moved here. I remember it was January 2018. It was the coldest winter I had experienced without like going on vacation. I remember it was January 1st, and it was like free week down at Red River, and I went to a couple shows, maybe the second or the third, and it was like 22 degrees, and man, I had like 7 layers on, The
7-layer dip.
Oh,
7-layer burrito.
yeah, I don't want to talk about the goddamn 7-layer burrito. I miss it every
Overrated.
day of my life.
Overrated.
Way
No.
overrated.
No.
Too mushy. Too much mush.
No,
2 thumbs down.
that's why you get it triple
Shift
grilled.
fork dump.
Shift work dump.
I will not edit that in.
All right. You got any would you rathers? Any bumps?
I got some would you rathers. Give me 1 second, y'all riff for a minute.
You got any bumps, Garrett? Skibidoo bop boop boop wee da.
Oh, yeah.
Garrett sings the blues. I'm more of a bebop kind of guy.
All right, let's see. All right, y'all ready for some would you rathers?
Yeah, just have them.
All right.
Put it on me.
I got 4 of them. I like it though. So, first one, I feel like I know how this is gonna go, but I just want to see where y'all's kind of discussion would go. So, would you rather aliens that make first contact be robotic or organic? Now, before you answer, I think you should both answer what you would rather have happen, and then what logically you think would actually happen first.
You want to just say our answer
Robotic
at the
or
same time?
organic?
Same time.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Organic. There we go.
And also, logically, organic. Robotic aliens?
Well, I mean,
Like they're so advanced that their
It
own
wouldn't-
civilization
it
was
wouldn't
all
be able
to
powered
make
by
those things.
AI.
it wouldn't be a living being, but say like how
Could
we
be a conscious being.
say how true. Say how that's what I am. Say say how
China.
we send a rover to Mars.
We did.
What if someone sent a rover to fucking Earth? No one would ever
Some would
believe
argue-
that it was alien. But
Someone would argue that it's already happened.
Have you ever been to Tokyo?
I tried.
You almost did.
For those of y'all that don't know, Garrett and I and a bunch of our friends booked a trip to Japan that would have been the trip of a lifetime, and then COVID happened.
China.
But
Didn't get to go.
yeah, did not get to go. Thankfully, I bought my ticket insurance, and I got my money back, but it took like 9 months. So it is what it is. All right, I guess we can cut that one there. All right, we're going to move on. I like this one a lot. Would you rather lose the ability to read or lose the ability to speak?
Read. Hands down.
How about you, Garrett?
I never learned how to read.
I can't read. I would go read. I'm too fucking loudmouthed. You know?
You like talking.
I love talking. I'll talk to anyone about anything except religion and politics. I'll do anything else. Mostly religion.
Yeah, when I'm
though.
trying to go to the bathroom, Mason's like talking to me about something, and I'm like inching a little bit further away down the hallway, and he just keeps going.
Just bring up religion
Well,
or politics next time.
Just still, you can still go to the bathroom. I'll just talk to you through the door. I didn't think I never knew this. Man, you airing out this shit here. I thought it was just like
He's trying to not shit his
that's
pants,
what my
Mason.
family would do. Like my mom would talk to me till I like close the bathroom door and I'd be taking a shit and my mom would keep talking.
That's
to
from
me.
another episode. That explains a lot.
What do you mean that explains a
dive
lot?
into
You
that
got some
one
weird
later.
family dynamics things.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean
We
there's-
don't gotta get into
Yeah,
it,
let's
but-
look at where my fucking family
Keep
ended
the
up.
door cracked open while he's squatting, conversing with his mother.
No, I don't crack it. I close the door.
What's the next one?
Man, y'all. I don't like y'all today, man. All right. Would you rather have? I didn't know I saved that one. Let's do it anyway. Would you rather have one real get out of jail free card or a key that opens any door? So you go to jail for anything, you use it, you get out.
A key that opens any door.
Hang on.
Any door.
Here's what's
that
cool.
one.
Knowing you have this get out of jail free card,
I'd do
you
something
could do
heinous.
anything you wanted to and get out of jail. Don't think too deep into it. That's a free pass on doing whatever you want that's illegal.
Yeah.
Or a key that opens any door. I think I'd take the key
I think I'd take the key
because
as
you
well.
can still kind of do whatever the fuck you wanted, but you just got to plan it a little bit more so you don't get caught.
And to be fair, if you have an actual get out of jail free card, it's not a prison free card.
It's just
So
jail.
I assume your charge would still exist. Maybe let's just say I don't know. Maybe you just don't pay bail, which, you know, you're saving money, but ultimately you got to pay for what you did. I can't really think of many times where I'm like, fuck, I wish I could open this door though.
I'm just a really curious person. Like, oh, what's in here? When I'm in people's homes, I want to
Yeah.
like open their closets and stuff, but I know
Yeah.
that's not
Interesting.
kosher.
It would be cool if like you go to Airbnb and they have a room locked and they're like, do not enter, and I'm like,
Oh, I'm getting in that room.
There's just like 8 AR-15s and a bunch of gold bricks.
Money bags.
You gotta wonder if you got gold bricks. Why are you hosting an Airbnb?
That's how they got their gold. Cash flow.
It's
Real
just
estate investment.
it's a social experiment by a YouTuber,
Oh,
just seeing if
so
anyone
I'm being
will get
filmed.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
And,
I'm getting in that room.
oh yeah.
I got a key. Like, come on.
I mean, I think I would never pay for groceries. You know, I'd go to a restaurant when they're closed. I wouldn't steal a lot, but you know, I'll take a couple steaks, some produce, some garlic.
Well, cameras still exist. Like, they're gonna see you do it.
Yeah, but if
But
the
there's
key
there's
works
gonna be no resistance.
and an alarm doesn't trip, then you know I'll just wear a balaclava.
What if it's motion? motion.
Baklava.
I haven't thought this
Alarm.
through at all, so don't ask me that.
What's next?
I think that's it. Let's see.
You had
Oh,
4,
here we
that
go.
was 3.
I got one more. Would you rather know the history of every object you touch
Whoa.
or be able to talk to animals? Now,
Animals. If I could talk to my dog Phoebe, that'd be the coolest fucking thing.
it might be a curse.
Nope. Why, you could hear the fucking birds plotting against us?
Hey, Trey! 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 Trey, you see this bird? Trey! Trey!
She already does that when she barks all the fucking time.
Yeah, but when there's meaning, but dude, it's like I love Feeny to death. You can see right here, Feeny, my pride and joy. I've had him since the day I moved out of my parents' house. Oh, actually, I'd like to talk about this.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. We found out that Feeny is deaf this week.
No reaction.
I was on TikTok of all things, and I stumbled across this video of like,
e-girls?
Listen
You looking
to
at e-girls?
I do love e-girls that are over 24,
Oh, God.
but
Not 19s?
absolutely not. Even yeah, 24 is the youngest I would date at this point. I'm 26. Yeah,
What?
23.
2-year difference?
I realize what it sounds like, but
I think age is a number. Obviously, above. No.
I get
Above
older,
the
they stay
legal
the same
statute,
age.
I think there's a age is just a number, and it depends on how mature you are. And that's because you could date older women who are maybe the same maturity as you, or you could date younger women within legal statute who are just as mature as you.
Would
Funny-
you date an 18-year-old?
No.
would you date a 20-year-old?
That's a tough question because I've been in a relationship for the last 5.5 years.
She's
so it's
dead.
weird to even think about.
Sorry, Isabel.
It was me.
Yeah, Garrett killed her.
With your fucking key, you unlocked the right door. No,
Yeah, he went right in the house and blew rat poison in her face.
again, I think in my brain, the way it works is like, sure, there's probably a one-off who like would maybe work out
Yo, there's
I
some
wouldn't rule it
18-year-old
out
chick out there
just
that
because
just
of
wants,
like the number.
just
Like, what are you
of
looking at? Forms with fucking ages and
Wait,
shit?
Trey, are you 26 or 27?
I turned 27 in 18 days.
Okay, so you're 26. So half your age, 13 plus 7. So technically you could date a 20-year-old. I wouldn't date anyone
Half
younger
your
than...
age plus 7.
That's
the
the
rule
rule.
of thumb.
Which
So
I
50
think it should be half your age plus
so
like
a
8 or
50-year-old
9.
person. What's 7 plus 25? 32?
32.
A 50-year-old could date a 32-year-old.
I think that's okay.
You're an adult.
Interesting. But you can't date a 19-year-old.
It's just
or
my
a 20-year-old.
preference. I mean, I technically could
You like him older?
by the rule. No, it's not that I
That's because
like him
him and his
older.
mom talked while
It's
he was
just-
using the restroom.
Oh my god, you think so?
It's all connected, man.
I see such a divide for whatever reason between me and a lot of younger people, and I get the age is but a number thing, but it doesn't compute in my brain.
That's fine.
Like I'm sure I could meet someone that's 22, 23 that I would be into and
Pero.
probably go with, but it would really have to be a specific scenario, because even if I like someone and they're like, oh, I'm 23, I'd be like, I know that's fine, but something in my brain is like,
With the most
nope.
beautiful 20-year-old who's extremely mature, has an amazing job, her life's together. She knows what she's about.
Okay,
I'd probably write her off because
if
she's
you're-
23.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. You've much time for things to go south.
Really?
I felt that way when I was 23. I was like, I got it all figured out. I mean, granted, I was working a shit job.
All right.
Sorry. So, just to let y'all know, when we record, I play lo-fi hip-hop beats to study and sleep to. So that song just cascaded down, and that's why we had a moment of silence, because it was like what is it? A decrescendo? Is that the right terminology? I can't even remember.
Mason, study some
A
musical
decrescendo.
theory.
The
Why
cliche.
won't you?
Yo, so all right, let's
Arnold,
move
I'll get
forward.
you my money tomorrow, Arnold.
Do it.
Autumn, make me a sandwich. Dude, I used to do that shit all the time. Autumn, make me a sandwich, please.
Mr. Kakashka.
So
That's Mason in like maybe 5 years.
What? 5 years? Mr. Kakashka is like 35. It's
Yeah,
being
dude.
like 10.
Age is a number, man. Don't fucking compare ages.
Also, you'll probably just be making your own sandwiches.
I make my own sandwiches now. I'm a great cook. I'm just saying.
Is making a sandwich cooking, though?
I'm also single. Hit me up. I've been drinking tonight. I'm ready for it.
I'm single. I've been drinking tonight. I'm ready for it.
Sounds like a Drake song circa
Hit
2011.
So, I think we'll move on to the shift work bump. We're hitting about an hour. I like to think of this one as a bit of a recap, a bit of a regroup, just because we had a lapse in time. You know, all of us need to get back in the swing of things. So I guess I will go first. Oh my god.
It's the bump.
I had a bump and it completely left my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think about what I'm going to bump while I drive over here. I think about what I'm going to bump during the podcast. And then the bump comes and I don't know what I'm going to bump. The first thing that popped into my head, cold water.
Okay.
Here's why. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to go for a run and then go swim at Barton Springs. And there's so many different amazing benefits from forcing your body to be in cold water, which forces circulation to increase. So your body wants to keep warm. And there's a lot of good benefits from it. So if you can take a cold shower in the morning or afternoon, it's great. Bumped cold water.
Yeah, I haven't done it too much like recently, but I went through a period of time maybe about a year ago for a few months where at the end of my shower I would get it as hot as I could stand, and then I would do the cold water for like 5-10 minutes till I just couldn't take it anymore, and it actually helped a lot. Like my muscles even would just feel fucking awesome for like 30-40 minutes when I got out of the shower.
It sucks, but just don't even do hot. Maybe, you know, like room temp and then get cold, but
Yeah.
it sucks, but just go cold, like a cold plunge, so to speak.
Yeah.
And do your shower, and then you get out, you're refreshed. You're wide awake.
I wish I could do an actual like cold plunge.
You can.
Or like a cold dip. I've never done one
Barton
before.
Springs is freezing cold water.
Oh yeah, I mean
it's
I've been
natural,
to Barton.
clean, and right now it's free.
It's that time of year.
Damn.
But yeah, it's I mean, there's a lot of other benefits too that are happening inside the body just from being in cold water and you increasing blood flow, and then cognitively like snaps your brain into functioning. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
great. Garrett, you got any bumps?
Fuck yeah, I got a bump. My shift work bump this week goes to the fucking Spurs, baby.
Put it in the mic.
The fucking Spurs.
By Spurs.
More specifically, DeJounte Murray, my boy. After coming back from that ACL injury a couple years ago, he's finally starting to show his promise. He's getting there, man. His jumper's looking a lot better than it was. His defense is locked down as always. He hit an insanely clutch shot against the Nets. He was facing the wrong direction on the ground. About 1.8 seconds left. Turned around, drilled that shit.
Bra-da-da.
I couldn't believe it. I screamed at the top of my lungs when that happened. You were there.
Yeah, I was.
What kind of scream?
It was like a oh shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Nice.
That's my fucking boy!
That's exactly what he
Nice.
That's pretty much what I said.
Lots of screams go on in this room.
Spurs are actually playing right now. What time is it?
Yeah, we're about 30 minutes in.
did. Now I'll
So,
go ahead and get my bump.
Yeah.
We can get out of here. I can't remember what I was gonna bump earlier, and I was like, "Wow, the perfect thing." So
Booby butt pants.
I'll bypass it. I would like to bump new I always do music, but I'm gonna do it again.
Sing with Sugar Bug?
Absolutely not. It is good though.
Yeah,
but
fucking slapped.
I would like to bump new Jarhead Fertilizer.
Fuck yeah.
I don't even want to say side project because it's just another band that's probably as important to them. But Full of Hell, drummer and bass player.
Can we play some?
Dave and Sammy.
when this
Yeah,
airs
I'll
right
snap
now?
some in here. Copyright kicks in, but
That's all I need.
it's fantastic. I knew they had done this band for a while, and I had seen, I believe at least I had seen a couple live like YouTube things, and I thought it was cool. But it's incredible. It's probably like my favorite heavy music release of the year so far, and it's reminiscent of like almost like a trinity of like death metal, slam, and like grind, but not really much of any of those. And it's as equal parts like punk and power violence, both in like kind
Punk
of sound
and power.
Yeah, both in like sound and like aesthetic qualities. Either way, there's like cool riffs on it, short songs, almost a dystopia like cover. Fantastic fucking people doing it. Literally maybe my favorite drummer currently in the band.
Your favorite drummer?
At least
He's fucking
currently,
good.
yeah. Oh yeah.
He's fucking good.
How many Chinas does he have?
0.
That's how you know.
I like a China symbol.
But yeah, I'd just like to thank everybody for listening to this episode. I'd like to kind of apologize for the gap in time. I'm sure all of y'all understand. We just kind of decided to kick it this week, just kind of catch everybody up, have a couple drinks. Hopefully you did too. And we'll be right back at you on a regular schedule starting now. Got a couple guests lined up for the next few weeks, so that's super exciting. You can email us at shiftworkpodcast@gmail.com. Just so y'all know, I have gotten the emails that have gone in there. We just didn't think that this episode would suit, kind of reading through emails. We'll do that moving forward in the future. Maybe we'll figure out a couple new segments as well. So we haven't forgotten about you. We hear you. Thanks for all the listens, all the follows. You guys got anything to say before we sign off?
Go Spurs, go.
Go Spurs, go.
Yeah, I got nothing. See y'all next time.
Smoke fucking dope. Have a great week.
Keep punching that
Keep
car.
working real hard. Keep punching that cord. Shift work, shift